Beautiful people, it's me, Pamela, on my YouTube. Cho, no, what's the T? Siyahlazia. And pick on the highlights of Senzo Meyiwa just before they postponed the case, the trial within the trial to the 4th of March. So the defense and the state are making their case. So basically, the 2 weeks is for that. So the state and the defense file their arguments after that, and after that they must respond and say if the confession what they have gathered in terms of their arguments. I mean, between them, state obviously, I mean, and the defense. The judge is in a hurry for this again. And they thought that it will take 2 days for this to happen, and then the next thing took 2 weeks, which I think is reasonable. Let's just take this 2 weeks. We need to go to at least the guys by the 10th anniversary Senzo Meyiwa. Because we are busy going around circles with this case for no reason, because we know very well, guys, go to Uban or Abulalu Sense and it. Okay, they also know go to Uban or Abulalu Sense. And this thing is coming out now before the 4th. This thing has been coming out for the past weekend. But you know how we've done for the past 9 years. Judgments, I mean, suspend, sorry, for no reason. Some people felt so good there was no need for him to be suspended. And then Judge Ratage, now he's like, the president, now Mpete won't be happy that this is taking long. So Ubongani Ntanzi, guys, was grilled this whole week. Actually, almost 7 days by magistrates, Banda mostly, was busy confusing, trying to break him. He remained strong, Undanzi, because Undanzi has been through worse, guys. Ubani umuntu ongabarathi efakwa ayithola ngamanzi efakwa oplastic evunyiswa into angayazi wazophelela lo msebenzi emayini. Who can stand for that? Akekho umuntu ongamela leyo nto. Because his story is legit, abakholwa, ababelieve, and also what has happened to Brigadier Gininda, obviously, I mean, they're like, this guy is telling on us. I mean, because no one expected to go to Ntanzi, they can actually go into the stand, Musga Kale lost me. Well, was called or not. Because guys, about the Banda Bagupa, Banalento, Tabanguti, and this is 80, they can rule us. And then Abandona they can't stand on their own. He also claimed that he still has scars on his hands. In his hands. Brigadier Gininda and his entourage thought Ntanzi and the other 4 accused, obviously no Musica Kalelo, because they are the only 2 who have actually spoken, are illiterate. They thought they are illiterate and they dumb. Ntanzi was so clear in his story. You know why? It's the truth. Usmanda was just like trying to and Ntanzi stuck. And at the end of the day, he was putting Iloyake under the bus. No, it wasn't about that. It's how we going to put a story. It's not going to be the same. And communication, guys. Some of us did communication second year, for example. So, in communication, one get to the other person how you want it. And sometimes it's funugizwa as people. That's what has happened with Ntanzi. But Bizarre is inconsistent. It's not. It's not. He's being inconsistent with his stories. Also, he did mention there are some things when they were playing the recording what he was winner on the 9th. What he able? But at the end of the day, I can't remember the dates. I mean, as 2020. Guys, plastic how are you gonna remember? Isn't that happened? Uzandile Kumalo once said there at the stand, so what are we gonna do with that information? So they were shocked. Are telling us his story is shocking. Believe how they were misused and sharpened and enjoyed. And it's going to guys for YouTube. Hopefully on the 4th we will hear what has been gathered around those confessions. Umongani Ntanzo was forced to confess, and the people kept on saying that he's inconsistent. He is not. We've been through that one already. And then Umgomezulu said it has nothing to do with him. He said Umgomezulu has nothing to do with it is indaba zakhe ne. I mean, obviously you cannot remember everything, guys. Like I said, in 2020, the 2020 ushawa ukhahlelwa uhanjiswa ngemoto the whole day ungadlili. I mean, umqondo wakho asasebenzi. Actually lo mntana nje befanele athi ayobona i-psychiatrist akekho right. Kunini abuse. Ngapha uDominic Ntokozo Mjiyako, it's clear ukuthi usebenzisana no Kininda, no Brigadier Kininda, Brigadier Bongani Kininda, cause waleso bani lokuthiwa uletho usisi brought who's the sister bra, like no one knows anything. And nalo Mjiyako bafuna ukumforce ukuthi amazi enta kamazi ngikaze amqashe ngoba who paid him, who's gonna pay him even now Mjiyako ngoba Mjiyako came ngale ndlela aqhamuke ngafani noZandile Mshololo nobaloyi nabo omgomezulu we bachuzwe istate angithi akafani nabo angithi. So manje ngifanele ngimkhumbula fanele ngiziforce during COVID abantu befake ama-mask, I must force myself this, I know that person. It's not fair, guys, on this labantwana babantu ngoba vele they actually young. Umjiyako just rocked up from nowhere wathi uzopresenta and uthi usinyelelo usisi. Asimazi usisi, guys. Who sent Mjiyako? That's the answer now. And his entourage laba behlupha ingane. Mangithi entourage ngithi kubala bonke lebakhohlakala. The late Mapen Obuthelezi. Hey baningi abantu ababehlukumeza lezi ingane. Bese kuzoba umukhano nomukhale. Oh guys, ngeke uzukwazi. La kuyoqeda nini? Abantu ayebathumela uGininda to do his dirty work. Those are crazy things. And nomanje usasebenza uGininda. Engane abantu ayisebenze emayini yaxoshwa. Uzosebenza kanjani manje usuyisigebengu? Angithi you guys are saying imkhulu ukuthi they are skebenguzi. How are they skebenguzi labantwana babantu? No guys, iqiniso lisazophuma. Just because ingane zabantu azikwazi ukuyikhulumela. Iqiniso lisazophuma shem ukuthi lezi ngane azi izinto ezazenzayo. Akekho umuntu ongamazi ukuthi ubani wabulala uSenzo. But akaboshwa umuntu wakhona. Libele decision lena busy wasting our time. It's 10 years on the 26th of October, guys. Senzo Meyiwa deserves justice. Remember, I've said also Lonely Peace, high profile case. How is it high profile? It's not treated as such, though. That's just my thing. So, guys, thank you so much, guys, for always supporting my channel. I'm there. I appreciate you guys. So, what I'll do around my birthday, end of the year, ngizobiza abantu about 5 who gonna go out for lunch. Kuzoba a competition. Thank you, guys.
Appearance for accused number 1, Mr. Mjiyako, in brackets this.
Is that all you wanted to listen to?
That is it, my lord, because we were at cross purposes. What was put as an assertion that was said by me, it's not that. Mine was a question and he answered, the witness answered in a specific manner.
Mr. Sibande, what's your impression about it?
I think my question was directed at his answer, not to the question.
Not to the question?
Yes.
Okay, let's continue then.
Yes, sir.
Siyaqhubeka ke ngemva kokuthi sidlaliwe irecord umshushisi uthi yena ubekade ekubuza mayelana nempendulo yakho hayi ngalo mbuzo ummeli akubuze wona. Yes, my lord.
What is your comment?
Wena uPaula uthini? My lord, I did mention that the Rustenburg dates are giving me a problem or confusing me.
So, I'm going to read to you exhibit RR1.
Uzokufundela ke into ebhalwe kulo bufakazi buka RR1.
13 July 2020, proceedings held on 13 July 2020.
Uzofunda lento ebekade yenzakala nge 13 July 2020.
And I'll try to get I want to be very direct. I'll start at the bottom of the first page. It will be on page number 4 as we numbered, my lord, of the record, exhibit RR1. At the bottom where it says prosecutor, case number A171 of 2020, Bongani Ntanzi. As the court pleases, your worship, that will be case A711 of 2020, State versus Bongani Sandiso Ntanzi. Just interpret.
Uthi ke kuye kwakhuluma umshushisi echaza ke ukuthi i-case number yayikade ku A171.
Your worship, previously Mr. Ntanzi was not before court as he was in isolation.
Esikhathini esidlulile umnumzana Ntanzi wayekade engekho enkantolo ngoba yena wayekade engezanga ekusa lesimo labe kade evalelwe yedwa
Due to the COVID-19,
njengoba kwakunalo ubhubhane lwe-COVID-19.
he has just been brought this moment together with the case docket.
Ulethwe ngalesi sikhathi nedokodo lalo icala.
Mr. Ntanzi is represented by Mr. Mjiyako, who I believe will also like to address the court, your worship. Thank you.
Umshushisi uqhubeka loyana waseRustenburg uyasho ukuthi umnumzana uNtanzi umelwe umnumzana Mjiyako eyikuthi ngiyabona ukuthi ngiyathemba ukuthi angafisa ukukhuluma nenkantolo.
So what is your comment on what I've just quoted now from exhibit RR1?
Wena uthini ngalokho umshushisi aqeda kucaphuna la kulobo bufakazi buka RR1? Uthi umshushi ngalelo langa la umshushisi efunda khona wawukade ukhona la ukuthi esikhathini esidlulile ngalesikhathi icala lidlehliswa wawungekho kodwa ngaleli langa wawukade ukhona. Kulaye ukuthi kubhalwe ukuthi icala nali A171 ukuthi bekade kuyicala ebe umshushi umbuso ubhekane nawe Ntanzi la ukuthi uye washo ke umshushisi ukuthi uBongani Ntanzi wayekade engekho esikhathini esidlulile ngoba kwakade kunalo ubhubhane lwe-COVID-19 futhi ke ngalesi sikhathi uNtanzi ukhona ulethwe nedokodo. Futhi umnumzana Ntanzi yena umelwe umnumzana Mjiyako ukuthi ngiyathemba ukuthi yena uzimisela ukuthi angahle akhulume nenkantolo.
Koze inkantolo ngicela ukuyiphendula le answer kamshushisi.
My lord, may I please respond to this assertion by the state?
Koze inkantolo eRustenburg mase ngikhumbula kahle nge-13 mangena emnyango kwasukuma umuntu oyiqokele ijazi nefana labameli wakhuluma kwase kusuma omunye wakhuluma kwase kuthiwa mangiphume ngihambe azange nginike uchance nokuphakamisa isandla ukuthi ngikwazi ukuphendula ngisho magistrate akayikho into angibuza yona Nkosi enkantolo.
My lord, on the 13th I went into the courtroom and a person who was wearing who had robed like the state advocate stood up and addressed the court, and then another person also stood up and addressed the court, and I was instructed to leave the courtroom. I was not even given an opportunity to raise my hand.
Ngoba inkosi enkantolo engiphambi kwayo yangibuza ngabameli la ukuthi ngiyabazi ngavuma ukuthi ngiyabazi so le yaseRustenburg kwenziwa yini ukuthi ngangibuza ukuthi lo mmeli ngiyamazi yini na.
Because this court asked me if I know my defense counsels, and I confirmed. Why was I not asked in Rustenburg if I knew those defense attorneys?
Ingakho ngiphendule ngeanswer la ukuthi mina lo Mjiyako lakaze ngembona ngavele mangizothi ngena kusukuma abantu ababili bekhuluma ngizothi ubani ummeli la ngoba phela akekho umuntu engimbuka straight ubani umuntu engikhulumela funa inkosi enkantolo akaze confirm ke ukuthi lo muntu uyamazi yini na.
Because my lord, when there's two people standing and addressing the court, which one will I say is my attorney, as I never even saw the Mjiyako gentleman eye to eye. He never even came to me.
So are you now changing your initial version that now you are inside the courtroom?
Manje usuyagoquka manje usewuthi usewungenile phakathi enkantolo.
Nkosi enkantolo ngiyathemba lapho mangifika la ngithanga sawakhumbula amalanga mina ngangena ngane ngangeni ngoba kwesikhathi ngangifika kufaka i-danger tape Nkosi enkantolo.
My Lord, I believe I did mention here in court that there are days when I went in court and some days I could not go in as the court was cordoned off.
Okay, but you listen to the proceedings of the 9th of February, and what you're explaining today is two different scenarios. Do you agree with me?
Kodwa usanda kulalela angisho laphayana lezi zinto bezikade zikhulunywa nge-9 zika February nalento ewisho manje uthi umshushisi izinto ezimbini ezihlukile.
Nkosenkantolo ngiyathemba mina mawungibuza umbuzo ngiphendula lokho ngibuza khona ngoba nommeli wami wayengilida. Ingakho ngithi nomjiyaka angizange ngembona. Ngeke uthi ngasuka umuntu kanosuma ngingazi ukuthi ubani kahle kahle kwenzakalani la bese kuthiwa futhi phuma uhambe same time.
My Lord, I believe when I am being asked a question, I respond to whatever question, as even my defense counsel was leading me, and I responded. So on that particular day, there were two people that stood and spoke, and I do not know who Mjiyako was.
Ingakho ngithi Nkosenkantolo ngembona ngoba lapha ngiphambi kwakho Nkosenkantolo ngibuzile ngabameli la ukuthi uyamazi baba uRamsepelo uyamazi baba uNkozelo ngasukuma ngama kadebe. Lo waseRustenburg kwenziwa yini ukuthi angangibuzi.
Therefore, my Lord, that is why I am saying I do not know him, because before this court, I was asked if I knew Mr. Ramsipidi or Mr. Mngomezulu, and I stood up and confirmed that indeed I know them. Why was I not asked in Rustenburg?
So why did you not explain when counsel was leading you that you saw two people, you did not know how to distinguish between the prosecutor as well as the defense counsel?
Uthike umshushisi kungani ungazange uchaze ngalesikhathi ummeli wakho ezebe ekubuza imibuzo ngazo i9 ukuthi mina ngibone abantu abamini abekade bemile, omunye ubekade emefana njengomshushisi, omunye umile angazi angimazi naye manje ngemva kwalokho bathi mina ngihambe. Uthi ungani ungayichazanga leyo ndaba leyo?
Nkosenkantolo ngiyathemba ukuthi lento engibuza ngomshushisi kusayita yodwa le ngiphendulayo.
My Lord, I believe what I am being asked by the state, it's still the same which I have answered.
Okay, let's start. On the 13th of July 2020, did you walk into the courtroom?
Uthi umshushisi asiqale phansi. Nge-13 zika July 2020 uye wangena na enkantolo phakathi egumbini lesinkantolo?
Yebo ngizosho njalo Nkosenkantolo ngithi yebo ngishitha amalanga ngisawakhumbula ngangena ngawo nengangenanga ngawo.
Yes, my Lord, I would say that I did go inside, as I have previously mentioned that I cannot remember the days in which I went into the courtroom and the days which I did not go into the courtroom.
Do you dispute that Mr. Mjiyako was present as well at court?
Wena uyaphika ukuthi umnumzana uMjiyako wayekade khona enkantolo?
Ukube weza ke Nkosenkantolo bangitshena ukuthi ngikhona, hayi ngabe ngithi yebo.
If he would have came to me and informed me that he was present, I would say yes.
No magistrate ube wangibuza ukuthi nguye nommeli wakho lo ngabe ngithi hayi mhlambe phambi Nkosenkantolo ngabe ngithi yebo futhi.
And if the magistrate who said on that day would have asked me if that was my defense counsel, I would be answering yes.
Manje akaze ngidibana nalo mbuzo Nkosenkantolo.
However, I never met such questions, my Lord.
But the records states otherwise, indicates that Mr. Mjiyako was present and even addressed the court on the date in question.
Kodwa lamaphepha lawa ayikuthi amaphepha walezinto ezikhulunywe eRustenburg wona abonisa into ehlukile, ngoba lamaphepha abonisa nokuthi umnumzana uMjiyako waphakama ekhuluma nenkantolo.
Nkosenkantolo ngiphinda. Nkosenkantolo lapha eRustenburg mangena ngemoto noSatsheni Mkhana. Ngangahambi ngiyongena ngalo ngena ngakhona ibosha nje ngibona khona jika ama truck ngala ngangena ngomnyango lo wawungena lapho mangena ngiqhamela kuyo magistrate mangithi ngene eminyango ngisamile la umuntu ebesukuma ekhuluma efake imask ngizothi ubani lo muntu efake nama dimas ngingambona neface yakhe ngizothi ubani lo muntu Nkosenkantolo.
My Lord, I would repeat, My Lord, I was not going through the same entrance like all the other suspects or prisoners. I used to go into an entrance that would lead me directly into the courthouse, the courtroom, wherein I would appear just in front of the magistrate. And upon my arrival, there was a person who was wearing a mask with sunglasses, and I did not see who that person was, and that person was speaking. Who would I identify the person as?
Ngoba inkosi enkantolo kube mhlambe la kubhalwe isikhathi engangena ngaso ngiphuma into ayenzeka ngespeed. Ibizobona nathi kufanele ngiphendule ngale arts engiphendula ngoba namanje ngisame ngaphambi kwenkosi enkantolo.
Because my Lord, if on these records time was showing, then the court would be able to see the time which I went into court and exited the court.
This record indicates time that these proceedings started at 10:49 until 11:03. That's when the court was adjourned.
Uthumshushisi lana kuyabonisa isikhathi ukuthi kuqalwe ngo-10:49 mizuzu eyishumi nanye ngaphambi kwehora leshumi nane, bese kuthi inkantolo yona ke uqedwe ngemizuzu emithathu ngemva kwehora leshumi nane. 10:49 to 11:03, is that what you said, Mr.
Yes, on page,
as the court
page 6.
Yes. Kuthi ke isikhathi sona leso ekuthi kwakade ku-10 to 11.
And Mr. Mjiyako,
Isikhathi lesi inkosi enkantolo isikhathi sokuprinta amaphepha lesikhathi sokukhuluma mina ngingena lapha phakathi phambi kwenkosi enkantolo.
My Lord, is this the time when the documents were printed, or this is the time when I appeared in court?
this is the time you appeared in court.
What is
Between those times.
Lesi ekuthi wena uvele ngaso enkantolo. Shukuthi kungayenzeka ukuthi ungene ngo-10 to 11 waphuma ngo-3 minutes past 11.
Cha ngivumelana naso inkosi enkantolo mina ngangena speed ngaphuma ngespeed lapha inkosi enkantolo.
I dispute that time, my Lord, as I quickly went into court and quickly exited the courtroom.
And the prosecutor said, Your Worship, Mr. Ntanzi, rather Mr. Mjiyako, informed me that he has got an application to make beforehand. And the court said, okay, let us hear.
Uthi ke umshushisi uye wathi inkosi yenkantolo umnumzana Ntanzi cha umnumzana Mjiyako ungitshele ukuthi unesicelo afisa ukusiyenza ngaphambi kokuthi singaqhubeka, bese inkantolo yathi asizweke leso sicelo.
And then Mr. Mjiyako said, as the court pleases, and then the court said, just speaking to one of the microphones, please, thank you.
Umnumzana Mjiyako ke wasukuma wathi njengoba inkantolo ingivumela, bese umantshi wathi khulumela ngakomunye wemibhobho.
And Mr. Mjiyako said, as the court pleases, Your Worship, the matter we are prepared to apply for bail. However, there are discussions that are still happening with the investigating officer. I have been informed that there are other potential charges that the state is considering putting on my client. However, we are discussing, and such discussion will definitely have an impact on this current matter. As such, we will wish to apply for the matter to be postponed for the first week of August.
Bese ke umnumzana Mjiyako yena uye wathi ngiyabonga njengoba inkosi yenkantolo ingivumela. Inkosi yenkantolo njengoba sisazilungiselela ukufaka isicelo sokukhishwa ngebheyili, kodwa silibele siyezwa uma sikhuluma namaphoyisa aphethe lelicala ukuthi kunamanye amacala ukuthi ingathi bazimisela ukuthi bangahle bathwese umsolwa. Kodwa thina njengoba sisakhulumisana nabo, thina lokho kungahle kwenze ukuthi lelicala leli esifaka isicelo sakhona kungahle kube nezinto ezijikayo, bese thina ke siyacela ke ukuthi icala lihlethiselwe emuva kwiviki lokuqala lika August.
What is your comment?
Wena uthini ngalokho?
Inkosi enkantolo hayi mina ayangikhumbula inkosi enkantolo baba Mjiyako ngitshela ngendaba yebhayili.
My Lord, I do not remember Mr. Mjiako informing me with regards to bail.
Angikhumbuli serious Nkosi enkantolo.
I seriously do not remember.
Is that all?
Yiko kodwa lokho?
Njengoba ngisho Nkosi enkantolo ukuthi angikhumbuli phela ngangizojabula ngaphela ngamhlamba ngabe ngaphuma ngebail mina.
As I am saying, my Lord, that I do not remember, I was going to be happy. Perhaps I would have been granted bail.
And the court wanted to know which date. And then Mr. Mjiako said any date, first week of August, your worship.
Bese umantshi wabuza ukhuluma ngayiphi date. Mnumzane Mjiako waphendula wathi noma yiphi i-date evikini lokuqala lika August.
Ukuze ngizokukhona ukuphendula inkulumo lami.
May you please refer me to a date so that I would be able to respond.
22nd of January 2021.
Uthi i-date kwakuyi 22 zika January 2021.
Yebo.
Yes.
What can you comment?
Ungaphawula uthini?
Yebo Nkosi enkantolo ngisakhumbula ukuthi yona nivele date leyo ngatsho ngayo Nkosi enkantolo ukuthi angimfuni lo muntu lo.
Yes, my Lord, I do not remember if is this the particular date when I informed the court that I did not want this particular person.
Yes, from Exhibit RR now, it says, I'm trying to figure out what does it say. Accused appears on digitally recorded. Ms. Chia informs court that accused terminated instructions and wishes to withdraw as an attorney of record.
Kuthiwa ke bubufakazi obunye laphayana kubhaliwe ukuthi umsolwa uthi yena akasakhulumelwi yilo mmeli othize ukuthi yena uthe lobe kade emkhulumela enkantolo.
Nkosi enkantolo khapha ngifuna ukucacisela khona nguye wasiphumela noma udimi engamxoshayo.
My Lord, I would like clarity. Is it saying he had terminated his services or I terminated his services, my Lord?
From Exhibit RR, let me read Exhibit RR so that it can be interpreted to you, because Exhibit RR1, it just starts with the court now making a remark, but this one, this is what it says.
Uthi uzokufundela le ukuthi iyasho laphayana ngoba la ivele iqala ngokuthi umantshi useka yakhuluma laphayana ithi.
Ms. Chia informs court that accused terminated instructions and wishes to withdraw as attorney of record.
Umama uTshiya utshela inkantolo ukuthi umsolwa uthi yena akasafuna ukuthi amelwe yilo mmeli. Inkantolo ukuthi asisameli umnumzane Ntanzi njengoba ukuthi yena ubekade esehoxise ukuthi simmele, kodwa ngoba sinesifo ekhaya ngeke ngikwazi ukuthi mina ngifike enkantolo ngolwesihlanu nge-5 zika March, futhi nalabo abanye engisebenza nabo baphumile abekho eGoli.
Paragraph 6. May I therefore humbly request your assistance in informing the court on our behalf about these developments and to request that our non-appearance be excused and our withdrawal of attorney's record be confirmed.
Futhi ke mina ngiyafisa ukuthi ungidlulisele umlayezo ukuthi ukungezi kwethu enkantolo kube ukuthi kuyavunyelwa bese isicelo sethu sokuthi thina sihoxiswe njengabameli kuleli cala sivunywe leso sicelo futhi sibekwe nasenkantolo.
Paragraph 7, thanking you in advance for your kind assistance herein.
Bese ke kwi paragraph ye7 kuthiwa ngiyakubonga njengoba ungakangiphenduli
And then
njengoba ngikuthumelele incwadi.
at the bottom of the page, there's a legal practice council number 18209. CIPC registration number 2017/149229/21.
kubhaliwe ke ukuthi labameli laba bona bebakade beregistariwe futhi ne-registration number yabo nayi iyasho njengoba umshushisi ayisho.
And then VAT 4510284914.
Nentela futhi iyabayasho ukuthi bebakade bekhokhela intela nayi inombolo yabo yentela.
And then address 10-18th Street, Melville, Johannesburg.
Ikheli labo nalo lithi 10-8th Street, Melville, Johannesburg.
Then 2109 Tel.
Namafoni number ke nawo bayawasho.
0+27114822335.
Nawo amafoni number ebawashoyo ukuthi 011